Well, in this video, we bring you one of the most exciting and heartbreaking experiences I've ever had with the biggest buck I've ever seen in my life. This is a deer that we had a ton of history with. I saw him when he was 2.5. I called him in, decided to pass because he was quartering to me, didn't give me a good shot. And then we never saw him when he was 3.5, but we got lots of pictures of him. And then this year at 4.5, we've got all kinds of pictures of him. And when we were on the last day of our rut vacation, I got this encounter with him. And for those of you who think that calling doesn't work, just watch this video. As he turned to walk away, I knew I needed to do something to try and call him back. So I hit him with the grunt calls. He stopped for a long time in between each one of these things. Once that didn't work, I decided to pull a trick out of the turkey hunting bag of tricks and use the doe bleat call facing away from him. So I kind of turned my head and did a doe bleat call softly away from him to try to get his attention and make it sound like she was further away than she was. And that really got his attention, and it took a series of 3 doe bleat calls and some tending grunts to finally get him to come. But when he turned, he came right to me. when he got a little closer, he was trying to locate that doe. He was sniffing the air, and he just couldn't locate her, but that was what ultimately brought him in even closer for a shot. After the shot, I was just in shock. Like, I couldn't figure out like what happened. I didn't know if I hit a branch. I didn't know if maybe I just didn't make a good shot, or in the back of my mind, I was thinking about the fallout or the fall away rest and not falling away, because it did it to me in the yard. That arrow flew freaking weird. I don't know what happened. Flew right over his back, and I was aimed low. Oh my God, that's the biggest deer I've ever had. That's our #1 hit list buck. All right, well, I'm still processing what just happened and trying to run through everything in my head, and I feel like the hold was good. But I mean, it was like 6 inches high. I'll have to see on the big screen to see if he ducked it, but on the small screen it looks like it flew really high. And to my eye, it didn't look like the knock flew straight. When I took the shot, like, my first reaction was that arrow didn't fly right. So I don't know if I hit anything. I don't see any obstructions. I know I had my 25-yard pin, and it was a 25 or 30-yard shot. So I was holding on the lower third. It does not explain how I miss 6 inches high, besides buck fever, or the other day I was in the yard, my fall away rest didn't fall away, and I sailed a arrow high, but hasn't done it since. I did let down on him in order to adjust the camera, and that's what I had drawn back and let down when that did that in the yard too. So I don't know if that was it, but that was a pretty bad shot for that distance, even being a buck like that. Easily the biggest buck I've ever seen in my life. Easily the best calling job I've ever done on a deer. Easily the most depressing moment of my life. My hunting life. Once I finally got down, I sat up in the stand for probably another 4 hours. And when I got down, the evidence was there on the bottom of the fletchings from my arrow. And then when I watched the GoPro video back, it just confirmed that as the arrow started to move forward, the arrow rest did not fall until after the arrow had hit it. So I had probably shot that bow over the course of 3 years. I don't know how many times, well over 100, maybe 200, and it had only done that twice. And of course it does it to me on the biggest buck I'd ever seen in my life. So it's heartbreaking, but I hope we get another shot at him. And the good news is that I missed him completely, and hopefully later in the year he'll settle back into his core area and we'll get a chance. So, well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell to make sure that you get notified when we have new videos posted, and check out some more of our videos. Thanks for watching.